Good morning. Welcome to the February 2025 Confab. Glad to have you with us. Lori, I think you turned up the heat, and I can see why you got in here earlier to make it 85 degrees in here. So I know most people probably enjoy a good warm room. So Confab rebroadcast schedule, channel 971, Thursday, Friday, Saturday at various times on the resident website. Also, there's call-in number 6304. We've got a Heart Valentine's Day February theme. Thank you, Angela. So catch me at my best. Wow. Awesome. Glad for the excitement. So two deserving people, actually one in the same accommodation for them. So you have Petra Warwick in dining and Catherine Thornton in dining. Story goes, I reserved a 5 p.m. table for 6 people to celebrate a birthday among us. I made cake and souvenir gifts for each of us. Unfortunately, I became ill and was unable to attend dinner with my group. I immediately took the party items to the Canterbury Cafe where Petra and Catherine took time in their days to make sure the items were given. Petra gave it to Catherine, who distributed them to the group. Both went the extra mile for me. I heard my guests enjoyed their dinner and birthday cheer. Congratulations, lady. Well done. Ladies. And for those that don't connect the two, Catherine has a proud mama back here in the crowd, which I'm going to give you her certificate. So, moving on. Honorable mentions that were also given nice comments for Catch Me at My Best as well that were not selected. You can see up there on the screen. So you have Amy Savoy, Diane, Patricia, Pat, Christine, Janika, Sunshine, Wendy, and David. So congratulations and thank you to them as well. We'll now let Matt Ward go ahead, Building Services.
Good morning. I'm Matt Ward, Director of Building Services. Good to see you this morning. Before I get into my report, and so you know better who you're talking to when you call our office, I'd like to introduce you to Alex, our new administrative assistant.
Hello, my name's Alex. I've spoken and met many of you already. Excited to meet all of you sooner or later, on good terms. A little bit about me. I was born and raised in Virginia, and I call Williamsburg home. My parents still reside there, and I go back frequently. I graduated from JMU in 2020 with a degree in geography. And a little fun fact is I've hand-fed an Asian elephant in Thailand. Yes. Thank you all.
Thank you, Alex. I appreciate it. All right, moving on to the building services update. Hallway corridor painting. Our renovation team has started in the Creekside building on the 7th floor, painting in the hallways. They're now down to floor number 1 with plans of headed towards Brookhaven next. Also, they're working on guest room renovations. Our Westminster Canterbury guest rooms, wrapping up C212 right now and moving to C402 next. New flooring, tile, showers, granite countertops, new paint. That's about it, right, Marianne? So much improved. Memory support renovation. I understand that the cabinets are now built and Larry is working on an install time for that. And after that, new flooring will go in that area as well. Johnson Controls was here in January for smoke detector and fire sprinkler inspections in the Hearthside and the administration buildings. The Riverside parking garage. Now, hopefully, we're getting some better weather. We will be in conversation with Jamerson Lewis, and they will be back out to recalk all of the seams there. and look for more information as far as when we need you to move your car, how long it will take. That will come out hopefully soon. Elevator modernization. So work to begin in the Riverside building, TKE. That's the company working on the elevators. They were actually here yesterday doing a little preview, walkthrough. They'll be dropping some stuff off today, and tomorrow this project will begin. I think they're going to start with number 5 being the one on the left. This is going to take some time, and it's going to be a little bit of an inconvenience for a while, but hopefully well worth it in the end. It's a large scope of work. A lot of the work will be behind the scenes in what we call the elevator penthouse. Yep. So there are big controllers up there where basically the brains of the elevator, all that's being replaced. The hoistway doors, new governor, all the wiring in the hoistway, the main car station, the buttons, that whole area there will be replaced. And we hope at the end of this, with increased durability and reliability, decreased waiting times, reduced troubleshooting times when there is an issue with the elevator, parts more readily available, and reduced energy consumption. Fingers crossed. Moving outside. Quite a few winter weather events. Been a winter. I think we've been spoiled the last few years, and we actually had a winter. 4 snow events. Our last snow event, we had some extra help from department heads and administration cleaning cars. We really appreciated that. We got through all these events with some new equipment that worked well and no incidents, so a good thing. Also, we have a new employee out on the grounds. His name is Joshua. His first day was February 10th. We upgraded a mulch bin. I know this is not very exciting, but I'm just passing it on to you. If you go out that way to the residence storage, there's 2 bins, one full of dirt, one full of mulch. We extended that a little bit because it just holds more, and hopefully we can keep that area a little more tidy. And let's see, there was a tree leaning across Bishop's Lane for a while that was causing some concern. Got rid of that, and also one across the nature trail. And I do believe the guys are going to start mulching today. And that means we're ready for spring. I think everybody is. Any questions for me? Okay. So the question is, are we renovating number 5 and 6 first because they're the oldest or we've had the most problems? And let's check both of those boxes. Yes, sir. Glad you asked. The information that we have been given is 9 to 10 weeks per car. Yeah, so it will go on for some time. Yes, sir.
I saw a vehicle from Lynchburg, Kubota, parked out by the shed the other day. Is one of our 2 pieces of Kubota equipment down there for some sort of maintenance or repair?
Just new tires on the side-by-side. Yes,
Okay.
sir. Anything else?
I would just like to express my appreciation for the outstanding work that you guys did during those storms. I mean, without that kind of cleaning the cars, cleaning the parking lots, cleaning the drives, all of that, I mean, it's such a big plus to living here, and I really, really thank you.
Thank you for that. We're getting pretty good at it. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Katrina McLean, and I'm the Activities Coordinator in Independent Living. And I'm just going to go over some of the things we have coming up in March. All of the dates and times you can find in your monthly newsletters and your weeklies. So we have some documentaries and movies, and they are, of course, on varied dates. We have opera on the James Young Artists coming in concert. We have a meet and greet coffee, and yes, we're gonna have donuts. This is with the Lynchburg police officers, and I asked that question when I talked with my contact at the police department. She said, "Oh, they love donuts." I said, "Well, I didn't want to offend." We have the Activities and Entertainment Committee will present Mary Mickles. She has been here before and was a great hit. She is the lady that comes and sings and was born blind and is very, very talented and even appeared on American Idol. I don't think she got too far, but I think she made it onto the show. We have Social Hour with Trent's Ferry Troubadours. WC University will present The Unseen World of Plants Revealed with Dr. Joe Pond. The WC History Series for March is the history of the Lynchburg Fire Department with Matt O'Daniel. Sing Along is scheduled. We have another WC History Series, The Battle of High Bridge with Dr. Clifton Potter. That will actually be in April, but just wanted to mention it. Some of our trips in March are the Lynchburg Symphony Orchestra, the Lynchburg Pops Community Band, Opera on the James. At the Academy is the Tartan Terrace Celtic Invasion, Lunch Bunch, the Jones Memorial Library Lecture Series. At the Academy is the Charlottesville Ballet. Again, at the Academy is Josh Turner, This Country Music Thing. At the Academy is John Christ, Jokes for Humans. At the Academy, the Peking Acrobats. We'll see if they make it this time. This will be their third invitation for us, but we'll see. Also at the Academy is Jeremy Camp, These Days Tour. Trash and Treasure would like you to bring your merchandise if you're cleaning out your closets and you find some things that you don't need anymore. Just please bring them to the Trash and Treasure. They will welcome your donations. Some of the upcoming concerts in March, again, is Mary Mickles. In April, we have Alicia and John Hugo with Sean Beavers and Sam Wellman. Letters from Home will be in May. This is the same group that was here in December. In December, they changed their name to For Calling Birds, but it is the same group. The Rainier Trio will be here in July, and Riddle on the Harp in August. Okay. And here are some pictures from just some things we've had in February. The first two pictures are the Valentine Workshop. The ladies that attended had a wonderful time and made some absolutely beautiful Valentine cards. The Fall Line Trio was in concert. We had Dr. Driscoll led a WC Histories lecture and a picture from Lunch Bunch at Kings Island. So does anyone have any questions for me? Okay, thank you.
Good morning. I'm Denise Sarver Hearn. I'm the Wellness Center Manager here with Mr. Canterbury. And some things going on in the Templeton Wellness Center within the next few months. First of all, our Wellness Residents of the Month so far for the year, I'd like to recognize Cindy Mock, Betty Brown, and Laurie Cassidy. And you'll see future residents each month for our Wellness Resident of the Month. Wellness class schedule and additional programs that we'll be having within the next few months. Tai Chi with Jesse Teasley, Fall Prevention Series with Javier, which is going on right now, and his last one in this particular part of our series is Friday, so keep that in mind at 9:30 in the Wellness Studio. We'll have other programs such as Straighter to Stronger Posture Program, which will be a week from Friday, again in the Wellness Studio. And then we have some others coming up over the next few months, Nordic Walking Pole Techniques and Fitness, Move Freely and Work to the Core. Under our Wonderful World of Nature series, we have quite a few things going on over the months. History of the Bateaus and the James River is with Rob Campbell. That lecture is a week from tomorrow, so next week he will be speaking on the history of the Bateaus and the James River. And to go along with that, in May, we offer Bateau rides. So keep that in mind. So if you come, it's interesting to hear all the history series on all of that and then go see what we're talking about as well. And then we have the Daffodil Tour with Janet Hickman here on campus, as well as the Lewis Skinner Botanical Gardens. That will all kind of come in together. We'll roll that in with the daffodils along with other things after the Daffodil Tour. And then we will be going on one of our walks to the Danville River Walk, and we're going to add the Danville Science Museum butterfly exhibit on that trip as well. And then a program that we're bringing in that we've never had anything like it here that I know of is Music in the Air. I'm very excited about that. We're going to take our residents, our very talented residents that are involved, are going to be taking their music outside on our campus and around our campus. And that will be coming up in May. I'm very excited about that. And then lectures that are coming up shortly will be Battle of High Bridge with Dr. Cliff Potter, as Katrina mentioned. We work together with our residents on that. And then Dr. Galagli with Blue Ridge E&T will be coming to speak on hearing as well. Our Soulmates Walking Club, we're getting ready to get ramped up a little more. We're year-round, and we've been doing our local walks, but our away walks will start in March as well. And so some of those that will be coming up is Riverside Park, James River State Park, of course, all our local walks. We have the Blackwater Creek Trail. We're also going to be going to High Bridge Trail after that lecture that Dr. Potter does here, so those kind of fit in together. We'll be headed to Chessie Trail and again Peaksview Park here in our area, along with Virginia Railway Trail, just to name a few in the beginning of the year. So we started our pedal pushers group last year, our bike excursions that we started last year. This year we have a schedule. It will be going out shortly. I'm working on the lunch schedule with that as well, but we're going to have a schedule out there just like we do for our walks and everything very shortly. And some of the places that they will take excursions to begin with is High Bridge Trail, Blackwater Creek Trail, and Danville Riverwalk Trail. Our Parkinson's Awareness Month is in April, and we are going to be doing two different things with that, and we hope that the whole campus joins in on that. Pump It Up for Parkinson's. That is involved in our fitness center with our New Steps. We do that along with New Step themselves. And then Sister Stand for Parkinson's, so we're fighting back with Parkinson's during that Parkinson's Awareness Month in April. So to go along with that, we always have our Friends with Parkinson's support group here each month, and we also are involved with the YMCA support group where they have their meetings once a month as well. So we have a bus available for residents to go there for that meeting also. And then fitness assessments, we always offer fitness assessments. We also encourage that, but in April we'll be concentrating on that just a little more and have regular scheduled through the Thursday afternoons, because we work with the University of Lynchburg, comes once a year, which they'll be coming in September. So we encourage everyone to at least try to have a fitness assessment every 6 months just to see where you are, or to see what has changed, or to see what we may want to change. And then WC Resident and Employee Health Fair is coming back once again in April. And we will have many vendors coming. They will be offering screenings, massage, sound bath, hearing tests, and give you a lot of informative information on that. So we look forward to that once again. And then for cancer awareness, we're going to recognize our cancer awareness in May and June with our Relay for Life walk here on campus, as well as our wall of ribbons that we have each year in memory and in honor of those who have either fought cancer or are fighting cancer or have lost their life to cancer. And then one last thing here, we have an intern, Whitney Swain. She could not be here today, from the University of Lynchburg. And there's her picture at the very bottom left. And so if you see Whitney, and I know some of you have already met Whitney, but if you see her around, be sure and welcome her. And she will be with us until she graduates in May. And then so here are some of our things that we've had going on as far as a walk. And then, of course, we see Sean there at one of our pickleball round robins in the top middle. I know, Sean, I'm sorry, Sean. And then we also had Wear Red Day, where we all were wearing red, and that's one of our classes in the right. And then, of course, you see in the center bottom when we were recognizing and for awareness for heart health. And then on the right-hand side is where Javier is working with us, and we are doing the Fall Prevention Series. And that was that on the right-hand side as well. So you can see all of our information in our weekly and monthly newsletters, as well as the resident website on Channel 970. And then we do have our Templeton Wellness Center Need to Know package there, where the newsletters are in the lobby, where our regular things that we have all the time that may not be in your newsletters, they are in that packet. Does anybody have any questions? Thank you. Have a good day.
Good morning. Just want to update folks a little bit about what's going on with WC University. So this week, Dr. Julius Siegler joins us. It's been a while since he was here, so we're very fortunate to have him and excited to have him back. He will be here Thursday to begin his lecture. The lecture that he was supposed to have had last week that we canceled due to weather, that will be rescheduled on April the 1st. So all of this information, his schedule will be in your monthly. Also next week, Dr. Neil Summerlin is joining us again for Around the World Travelogue. He's doing 2 different lectures, part 1 and part 2. That will be Monday, March 3rd and Thursday, March the 6th, here in the Commons at 2 o'clock. Monday will take us to China and Mongolia. Thursday will take us to Russia and Finland. On Wednesday, April the 2nd, Denise and I are having another trip. We're going to try it again. We're going to go to UVA, tour the rotunda and the grounds, the academical garden, and the lawn. So if you're interested in that, I'll have the sign-up sheet downstairs. We're going to leave pretty early, about 8 o'clock. They no longer have student-led tours. We're doing sort of a self-guided tour, but I think Denise and I have been there enough now that we could probably do the tour for you just fine. So we will have a tour, and then we will go to Burton's for lunch. Folks seem to like that. And then a little shopping before we head back. Finis Southworth, who was the former Chief of Technology Officer at Framatome, who's been here before, did a lecture, it's been a couple of years ago, on nuclear energy. It was a very high-tech lecture, I will say. So I've asked him to return and do a sort of a nuclear energy for dummies lecture. So I hope that he will adhere to that. So we will see, but he's going to return on Thursday, March the 13th at 2 o'clock. And I think mainly what he's going to be talking about is, of course, future of nuclear energy and small nuclear reactors. Life at Lynchburg. So there seemed to be a little bit of confusion that folks could sign up and that we were paying for their lectures and would be billing them for that. And so I just want to make it clarify that you sign up on the sign-up sheet downstairs just so that we have a seat for you on the bus. It helps us to know who's going, so we know who we're waiting for in the mornings to go and who we have on the bus to bring back, that we're not leaving anyone there, that sort of thing. So paying for the lectures is essentially on your own, and the information is down on the board to let you know how you can do that. And it's very simple. You can pay as you go. You can pay when you get there. They take a card or cash or check or however you want to do that. They make it as simple as they can. So just so you are aware of that. Also, with Life at Lynchburg, there's been some changes that I really wasn't aware of as far as lecture topics, and that includes tomorrow. So tomorrow essentially was supposed to be about Russia and Putin, and it is not. It is about slavery in Lynchburg. So they have changed some of their topics. I wasn't aware of that. So in case you want to check to see if that's something that you're still interested in attending, you may want to take your name off the list. Anyway, just want you to know about that. So that is the lecture for tomorrow at Life at Lynchburg. Also, 2 lectures were canceled due to weather, and they are not going to reschedule the talk on Elliott and Roselle Schule. They are going to reschedule the talk that was for last week with Dr. Brian Krim regarding the paperclip, Project Paperclip with the Germans and the U.S. National Security State. So that's going to be rescheduled on March the 12th, and that was actually their week of spring break. So, so they have added that lecture back in. So anyway, all of the sheets downstairs to sign up for Life at Lynchburg are now correct. Correct dates, correct lectures, so please check those if you are interested in attending that. Okay, lastly, it was brought to my attention that there is a dementia caregiver conference that's happening at Thomas Road Baptist Church on March 15th. It's a Saturday. It's at 8 to 4:30. There is a registration for that. It's $10 and it includes lunch, so that's pretty cheap. That's seems to be a nice lecture. If you're interested in that, the conference is called Dementia Hope Conference, Navigating the Caregiver's Journey. More information is actually on Thomas Road's website, and you can register from the website. So if anyone needs help doing that, if you don't use a computer, you want to come see me, I'll help you register for that. Also, if you would like to go and you do not drive, you need transportation, let me know about that, and we'll try to work something out. So, all right, I think that's all that I have. Any questions? I know the Life at Lynchburg stuff was pretty confusing. It was confusing to me trying to figure it out because they really, we communicate well with them, but for some reason, I didn't get the information that they had changed lecture topics. So, anyway, but if you have questions about that, just come see me. Thank you.
Good morning. There was something else I was thinking about earlier, and I forgot to write it down, so maybe it'll come to me, but I did bring notes. Time is flying by. Next week is Ash Wednesday, and at 10 a.m. on the mezzanine, we will be having our Ash Wednesday service. That service is primarily for our residents in healthcare assisted living and memory support, Canterbury Gardens. But anybody, of course, is welcome to attend that. We will have a service in the afternoon at 4 p.m. in the chapel. That service is primarily for our residents in independent living, though anybody is welcome to attend. Employees are invited as they are able or allowed to attend. I know some, this day is really important, and even if they can't attend the service, they have come to me and I impose the ashes on their forehead. Of course, it's the beginning of Lent, reminding ourselves of our mortality, of grace, of love, of Jesus, and enter into Lent. If that's something that's unfamiliar to you and you'd like to know more, I'm glad to talk about it. I remembered what I was going to try to remember and didn't write down. Some of you who may have tuned in to the live stream or the rebroadcast of our church services on Sunday on TV 971 may have noticed I don't know if it is universal, like I haven't watched every minute of every service, but I know that in the past couple of weeks there have been some audio issues where the sound is in and out and in and out, and it makes it almost incoherent. Like it's not like it's every couple of minutes, it's like every couple of seconds. I have checked all of my microphone connections and things. I've reached out to the manufacturer, and they have requested more information for an example of what that might be. Because when I test it, and just with my phone and the video, the camera app, everything works fine. So it must be something with the transmission. The tyranny of technology. That's exactly right. I'm actively working on it as much as I can, yet it doesn't seem to be as simple a solution. But I just wanted to let you know I am aware of that. But if anything like that, especially with our church services, broadcasting, live streaming, if there are issues, please don't hesitate to let me know, because when I'm leading those services, I'm not also watching them. So sometimes I don't know that those things are happening. So please let me know. One final thing, as we approach the season of Lent, we will not be having, in the past couple of years, we've had a guided Stations of the Cross prayer service. We're not going to do that this year, but there will be printed out booklets of a Stations of the Cross prayer activity, a litany, and you can come in at any time. Maybe there's a small group that wants to do it together, or maybe you want to pick it up and take it with you. You don't have to be in the chapel, but those will be made available beginning next week throughout Lent. We will have some services for Holy Week, but I'll save that for the end of March into April confab. But we will be having a Maundy Thursday service, a Good Friday service, and of course, our Easter sunrise service at 7 a.m. on the bridge. But more information to come. I know that there's a lot of information coming your way. So for today, Ash Wednesday is next Wednesday. And if that is something that you would like to participate in, take part in, or know more about, contact me, or we'll see you next Wednesday at either 10 a.m. on the mezzanine, Drinkard mezzanine, or 4 p.m. in the chapel. Any questions for me? Easy enough. Thank you.
All right, a couple of various items. When it comes to snow, last week there was a lot of thanks for Matt's crew and getting the snow up, cars cleared. We try to get as many of our staff members here. I think we had at least 26 people sleep here one night last week. I appreciate some of you offered your rooms and beds to help with that. Thank you. And we can't always get everyone here. When it comes to the James River Grill, I know it's a decision Keith, along with myself, don't take lightly in trying to keep it open, but there's various stories and reasons when it comes to snow where people live out in the county, trying to get them home later at night when roads are icing, and then also our high school kids. As you could imagine, some of you, when you had younger kids, didn't want your 16-year-old driving in the snow unnecessarily, even though sometimes those roads look like they are clear. We try to take all that into account. So I'm sorry when we do have to close, but please understand it's not one of our favorite things to do, and we appreciate your understanding. There was a question emailed to me earlier in the week, or maybe last week, just about transportation and about vehicles. So we talked, I think, a little bit some months ago when we were talking about budget. We added some position time into the budget this fiscal year that we are in for transportation. I think it was approximately 30 extra hours of driving, so that during peak times we have 3 drivers to help out getting people to and from appointments, to shopping, whatever it may be. So we continue to try to make sure we have those drivers available for that. And then there's different circumstances that happen sometimes that we can't get everywhere, but we try our best, and we'll continue to do that. We are also looking at a new vehicle. We had one here under the bridge yesterday. We're not exactly sure what we'll end up with, but some sort of van. It sounds like the driving team wants capacity for 2 wheelchairs, as well as additional people in there for families to ride with, and we are working on that. So, we've got a big 29-seat passenger van, a 14-seat passenger van, the Caravan that has wheelchair lift on it, and then some other cars. We are looking to kind of get a 4th van-type vehicle here, hopefully here in the next few weeks. So please bear with us while we do that, and try, as we've last couple of years seen an uptick in people wanting rides to appointments. So we'll try to keep honoring that and have the vehicles and the people power to go with it. Back to Matt's talk about elevator modernization. We had a request come in yesterday asking that they start at a certain time when they start on the elevators. We will try to work with them so they don't interrupt your lives as much as possible. But please know this group coming in, this is about a $1.5 million project when we're done with all the elevators. And I think, as Matt said, we're looking at somewhere of 9 to 10 weeks for each 2 banks of elevators. There's going to be some noise, there's going to be some inconveniences, and we apologize for that. But at the end of the day, when it's all done, we're hopeful, as Matt stated, that this is for better consistency, reliability of those elevators, which are obviously very important to many of us. So we cannot tell you if they need to start at 6 o'clock one morning. It's probably so that your elevator is hopefully working at 6 o'clock at night, and we'll try to work our best around those folks and do the best we can. Reminder, Finance Committee is Thursday here in the Commons, 11 o'clock, with Paul sharing just a little bit about our audit, how we did last year, and how things are looking through the first 4 months of fiscal year 2025. And then lastly, COVID. There was a note that went out yesterday for folks that we had a couple of cases, and then we have a couple of more that were found this morning. So as of today, the running total is 2 residents in Canterbury Gardens, which we also used to call memory support. 2 residents back there have COVID, and 2 staff members, one that works in memory support, Canterbury Gardens, and one that works in another part of assisted living. So all that to say is, if you're going to hang out in assisted living, be careful. I'd probably wear a mask or maybe wait a few days before going. So 2 and 2 right now. Tonight we have our annual board meeting later this afternoon, and then we also have some board changes. So rotating off, not on this list, will be, gosh, that writing keeps getting smaller. Bob Lockridge, Dr. Bob Lockridge rotates off, along with Becky Giles, Melissa Johnson, and Ann McVeigh. So those 4 will rotate off. And then, if you're able to see here in the yellow, the new trustees coming on, 4 of them are Dr. Daniel Savage, Diane Stroud, Dr. Paul Mudrick, and Norman Darden. So those 4 will join the rest of the group there. And I'll read through just real quick the other board members: Patty Ames, Marcus Burrell, Pam Bradford, Dr. David France, Dan Frazier, Betsy London, Bobby O'Brien, Bill Perkins, Trish Price, Tom Stevens, Mark Strohsnyder, Liz Zellner. And Liz Zellner is the chair this year, along with Mark Strohsnyder as vice chair. And then just a reminder, your 2 residents that are board members are Betsy London and Trish Price. I believe that is all I have. Hearts and everything else, and I get a big cow heifer. Angela's talking about my winter weight, probably. I'll open the floor if there are any questions. Got a microphone coming.
Sean, for inclement weather, who do we contact if we want to open our extra room for sleep? How do we do that?
It's a good question. Leslie, it normally would be Leslie Camden and EVS, or you can shoot Angela or Shauna email too, and we'll make sure it gets to her. Leslie was very helpful in making sure everyone had a place to stay who wanted to these last few storms, and we're thankful. I love seeing our staff walking in with suitcases, means that we don't have to drive them home or go pick them up. So that is weird. I love snow, and I get excited by snow, and I get excited for suitcases when people walk in. Good question. Any other questions? All right. I thank you for your time, and have a good afternoon.